Ooh, that laundry in the back looks so authentic. So if you've ever attempted to take a break from smoking weed and then you realize it's very difficult, a lot more difficult than you anticipated, then you found the right video. So this video can apply to those of you who just started smoking weed or you've been smoking for a few years. Or maybe you're a pro like Snoop Dogg and you have the ability to get high all day, every day. Now this video isn't about trying to get you to cut down or even stop smoking weed, but rather become more aware of the common ways that you unconsciously are convincing yourself to get high when it may not be necessary. By understanding these subtle rationalizations, you can make a more informed decision and take a greater control over your habits. So here are 6 ways to convince yourself to get high. I'm about to tell you some really common rationalizations that someone tells themselves when they start to feel like, I think I got this shit under control now. I'm confident with myself now. So they'll say something like, hey, I haven't used it in a long time, so I'm pretty sure I can stop this time. I'm pretty sure I can just get high one day and not do it again. Or they'll say like, I think I'm strong enough now so I can go and hang out with my friends again, and if they offer it to me, I'm gonna be able to say no. Like, bro, shut the up, bro. Let's be real. You don't have that self-control. And sometimes people really want to argue like, no, I have it under control and I can stop whenever I want to. You don't know me. I'll show you. You're confident and cocky without actually even done the work. Or they'll say, this is crazy too. They'll be like, yeah, well, you know, weed was my problem, so, and alcohol isn't. So it's not the same. I think I'm gonna like start drinking again. Or let me go get a puff bar and like start smoking nicotine or whatever. Because I just like smoking and I wasn't addicted to that before. Terrible idea. I'm telling you right now. Oh, and here's one other one. I know I used to do this to myself. Things are going so good. I think I deserve a reward. I want to celebrate. And the only way that most of us like were celebrating in the past was by getting high. All I'm saying is, yes, there's a time and a place to get high. But in this phase, when you're still detoxing, when you still haven't developed these other habits, these kind of rationalizations are not going to help you because they are too easy for you to then go back to your old pattern. We haven't even talked about how to change your patterns yet. We haven't talked about how to actually change your behaviors yet. How to actually structure your life so that you feel like you don't necessarily have to smoke right now. We haven't talked about all that, and we will. So like I said, your life will remind you that you don't have figured out over and over again until you learn that lesson. You understand? I'm telling you, man, there's all the time in my Discord, I'll hear people like, today's day 1, today's day 3, and then I'm like, day 1 again. It's like, bro, what happened, man? And maybe they have a day of success, 2 weeks, a month into it, and then they get to a point sometimes because they didn't do all the other things that I'm telling you, and they'll say like, nobody cares. I might as well use it. I'm not getting any better anyhow. Let me just go ahead and get high anyway. Or let's say they're cleaning their house and they found their vape pen that they maybe had forgotten about. So they're like, oh, found a pen, it. Nobody's here. I haven't smoked in a while. Let me just get high real quick. Or let's say you were at a party and someone offered you a joint and you're just like, what should I do? What should I do? And you felt a little peer pressure, so you took it. Or this is very common. Let's say you lost your job and you're like down on your luck. So you're like, it, why not? Let's just get high. And let's say some people even tell me like, hey, I need to use it so that I can feel more comfortable around people. I don't know how to be social anymore without weed. Some people will say, man, I can't enjoy sex without weed. Some people will say, I can't relax after a stressful day of work without getting high. Some people even say like the only time that I don't feel depressed is when I get high. And last, man, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. So why not? Let's just get high. You guys are literally just becoming weak-minded by just taking whatever you can that your mind throws at you and not even asking a second question, not even like taking a step back to be like, bro, is this shit aligned with what we're trying to do right now? Am I on track of what I'm doing with my life right now by getting high? Is this the right time, the right place? Have I done the other work that I need to do? Have I been on top of my shit? Like, why am I just thinking getting high right now is a good idea? You know why? Because for many of us, especially in these early phases, haven't gotten long enough time outside of being high to develop some of these habits that I'm going to share with you. Time for an exercise. So here's what I want you to think about right now. Consider what kind of drug memories that you have, what kind of triggers and stresses that could come up in your life, what kind of emotional buildup that can come into your life that'll make you relapse. I want you to think back to the question that I asked you earlier. What are your relapse triggers? Like, what kind of moods, what kind of situations, what kind of people trigger you to smoke weed? Think about this. Anybody can start and stop, but it's just like, how many times do you want to do that until you actually figure out that there's more at play here? How long is it going to take for you to figure out that you need to meditate, that you need to master your thoughts and emotions, you need to exercise, you need to take responsibility for yourself? Now, trust me, man, tell you one more time. I don't know how many times I've told you already, but I'm gonna keep telling you. Use meditation to help you recognize your triggers. Now that you've written them down, you know what they are. Use the space in the morning when you meditate to reflect on what kind of emotions, when they come up, they stress you out and they make you want to smoke bud. Literally nip these in the bud, man. I'm telling you right now, because a small urge can be stopped, but if you don't tackle it, it turns into a bigger urge, which leads you to go ahead and smoke weed. So you got to avoid whatever your known triggers are. Like, avoid your known triggers. This is a given. When triggers are encountered, talk to yourself on a piece of paper or open your notes app and just start writing out how I feel. Like, right now I feel like I want to smoke weed. I feel so stressed out. I can't believe that person said this to me. Whatever the situation is, just start writing it down. You know what your triggers are. What can you do to avoid them? Can you come up with a strategy? Like if you know going to see Billy at the park where y'all smoke blunts for the last six years of your life is not probably the place to go. So maybe you don't go to that same park. Maybe you avoid Billy for a little while. You follow me? That could be a very practical strategy. I'm not turning you to like come up with a business plan here. I'm just literally telling you, think about what are the problem areas of your life about weed. How easy is it for you to smoke weed? What can you do to mitigate it? Just think. Now keep this paper next to you as we go through the rest of these videos. And this video comes from a weed addiction course that I made, which is linked below in my bio of this video to help those of you who have tried and failed and are tired of how weed is messing up with their life, with the food they eat, the money they spend, and the relationships that they have. I got over 50 videos in this course and it's all free, and I just made it so I can help one of you. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and you'll hear more of my kid laughing in the back. Oh man, this is the life.